Thank you, June. Good evening, everyone. I loved working for Big Brother because it was a first. And it was a first in that type of format. It was a first in kind of like voyeurism, and we all like to actually look into people's lives. I was the actual very first story producer of the very, very, very first show, so that was really, really exciting. And I think that as it grew, it morphed into something else. And that was one of the reasons why I actually left, because it suddenly started to get a little bit dark and a little bit kind of like scary, and that's not where I wanted to be. But if you actually just think about who you are, where you want to be, how you're going to get there, and do it with a smile, and you actually become that person, people won't fault you. They will look at you and think, wow, who is that person? Because you're giving out this energy that says, I am more certain than you that I'm going to get here. Well, the reason why I left television in the first place really was because I wanted to become financially free. I understood that, as a producer-director, you make a certain amount of money, but you weren't ever going to be financially free working for somebody else. So I took that leap to do that, and as I did that, I realized that as a public speaker and as a property investor, I became really, really good at it. And I was becoming financially free, and a whole lot of women came up to me because I was probably the only black female property investor or wealth creator who did personal development with quantum physics, that I was a bit of a strange oddity. So a lot of women used to come up to me and say, I want you to mentor me. And I would recommend that I wasn't a mentor at the time. I'd recommend them to go to somebody else who was far more experienced, and they said no, they wanted me. And then that made me realize that women actually want to be mentored by women, because men invest a little bit differently to what women do. Women have a wholesome idea of investment. Men just go bang, bang for the, So they wanted to come to me, and that was the birth of the Billionaire Ladies Club. Diversity is really weird. It's taken on its own life, hasn't it? It's kind of like morphed into something really weird. Because the whole natural world is diverse. Look at symbiotic. It depends on diversity, the natural world. Be still. We are living in this world that is so, we've got so much going on. We've got, telephones, television, broadcasting, cars, a whole lot of noise, and we're frantic. We're living at a level of our adrenalines who are up here, and that's not normal. And so therefore, we can't think properly, we can't sleep properly, we start to eat nonsense food in order to satisfy ourselves. So my one thing for people to do in order to get rid of that and to drop your stress levels is just to be still. Just to be still, even for 5 minutes, just be still. More speaking, bigger crowds. I've actually got a podcast as well. It's about sexual transcendence. That's really fun. I'm doing loads and loads of interviews about that. And just doing what I'm doing.